Hi ladies and girls, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I am your girl Sasha M, a proud transgender young woman, black woman. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about feminizing early in my transition, ways, how did I feminize and stuff like that, and the whole experience. Let me just not waste any time, let me just dig and dive into it, okay? Like, let's just take a moment and appreciate this. I look gorgeous. Anyway, feminizing early in my transition. I remember I did not have any example. I didn't know what I was doing, okay? But then I've always been that girl, okay? Always came out, okay? I always understood the assignment. So, in my early days of transitioning, this goes back to the video how did I know I was trans. If you didn't watch that video, I'm just gonna link it down below or just put it on the screen, whatever. So the first thing that I do, because my whole wardrobe was boy clothes, okay, and I was still stepping into this era and stuff like that, stepping into my transness and figuring it out, like who I am, and discovering the new things and like tagging. If you want me to make a video, I did make a video about tagging, but then I feel so embarrassed like to post it, like, so yeah, like I had to discover things like tagging. I had to discover like how to do makeup. My first pictures of makeup as a young kid, like it was hitting, but then, you know, I have thick eyebrows, so you know the vibes. So the first thing that I do, I had to feminize my wardrobe, okay? But then at that time, my family was so like my mom accepted me fully, but some of the other people were still getting used to the idea of who I am. And even my mom, maybe she thought she was a phase, it was a phase and stuff like that. She didn't buy me any feminine stuff, okay? Even my sisters or whoever bought me things like clothes or accessories, they just would go for boy section. They thought it was a phase. They just didn't believe me. They were like, you're crazy, but we accept you, but you're crazy. They were still warming up into who I am becoming. So I had to just feminize my wardrobe as it is. I had to just, you know, make them crop tops, you know, those t-shirts where you tie here. I remember the other time I borrowed my brother's t-shirt, okay? I was wearing it and then there was a time I was like, okay, I'm gonna just make a crop top out of this shirt. So I just tied it up to just reveal my stomach, and then I started buying products like lipstick, eyeliner, and I started growing up my hair. I remember I used to do those cuts, you know, and then I grew out my hair from that cut, like, and then it evened out. I was really surprised how it evened out like perfectly. I'll insert the picture here. So I did that, and I also at school I also had to change like the restrooms, the toilets, because I couldn't, because like, you know, my school was very prejudiced, like, you know, it was very, not even prejudiced, it was very discriminating, like most of the kids like were like, you know, discriminative against people like me. It happens everywhere. So I changed the bathrooms. I remember there was this scenario where I had to go to the toilet. I remember I wore a skirt at school. Did I tell you the whole school just paused? No kid wanted to go into their classes. The teachers were like, I remember I had this EMS teacher, she from the gate, because I remember like with me and time and late coming. I was late and then they let me in, and then she looked at me up and down in disgust, like a whole human being. Like she was like, ugh. And so that looked like, ugh. I was like, you know, I don't care, I look cute. I had killer legs, you know. Okay. I golden legs, okay? I still have them, okay? So the whole school did not want to function because of like I wore a skirt. Even on the road, people were like, I would get like, you know, those humps from the car. Not humps, like, what do we call this? Not humps. Yeah, it's humping. I don't know. When somebody like, yeah, a bell, yeah. I will get car bells like, whoa, whoa. Looks so cute from those transport guys. Like, everybody was hyping me up. Like, they were like, okay, we are here for this. We see you go. Okay, that was my first attempt wearing a skirt at school, because I remember the previous days we had June 16. So I had this friend of mine, she used to go to my school, but then she went to another school. She had a skirt, so I borrowed her skirt and she gave it to me. She's like, oh, you can take it, it's yours. And then it was one of those umbrella skirts, okay? It was very, very pretty, like really pretty. So it fit me well, even my legs, like, you know, I'm always been feminine. So when it fit me well, I did like we did a thing for 16 June. If you don't know 16 June, if you're not from South Africa, 16 June is basically a holiday where, like, you know, we celebrate kids that fought for a holiday that we celebrate for the struggles of apartheid, where kids were fighting for freedom and stuff like that. So we turned it into a holiday because that 16 June there were kids who were marching, you know, fighting for their rights, and they were killed in the process. And so we just celebrate and remember them that with that holiday in South Africa. So yeah, so we were doing a little dance with the choir, you know, community and stuff like that. So next day, upcoming days, I wore that skirt to school. Didn't I tell you? Everybody didn't want to function, like they didn't want to attend classes. Teachers didn't want to teach. The school was on pause because of more. And then there was a time I wanted to go to the bathroom because I was transitioning, so I switched from using the men's room to the ladies' room. So I went there. It did not. I had a crowd with me. Like I had a whole crowd with me following me, boys and girls, especially the boys. They're like, "Oh my goodness, you're going to pee," and stuff like that. Like I went in there, and you know, I think I had loyal friends, so they just like, you know, when I entered, they just guarded the door, like the main bathroom door. They just closed and guarded the door, and I went to the bathroom and then I closed my door. It was very hectic, like, you know, and emotional, but not that emotional, but like, wow, you would even go to the point of following me to the bathroom, like privacy, having. But then I I get it, because I've never seen somebody like me. We have a couple of queer people in the community, but you know, something like me, a trans person, like, you know, there's gay people and transgender people. And when the communities are not educated about transgender people, so it's new to them, it's like, oh, what's this? We wanna know. Like, you know, that type of scenario. So, yeah. And then I started feminizing. I started watching YouTube tutorials, and I started watching tagging tutorial. Oh my goodness, it was, oh my goodness. I will have to make a video about tagging. It will not be that graphic. It will just be like basic knowledge about tagging. So, and also, as years went by, I told my family, I was like, I want them coming home, okay? But then still today I do not feel comfortable in dresses. Like I love dresses. Some dresses look good on me. Like, yeah, I would wear them, but I'm still getting to the comfortable point of wearing them. Yeah, I'm still getting there. I'm still working on that. So, and what else did I do when feminized? Oh yeah, I had this bra. You know, those bras that have that padding. Yeah, I used to wear those bras, and also, you know, put some extra padding in there to get the okay. That was before hormones, okay? I don't understand it. Like, after getting on hormones, because I used to put that padding on my bra, and that bra had natural padding, like, and I would just add some tissues or whatever soaks to, give me that boobs. And everybody was like, oh my god, she got boobs now. I'm like, ooh, what you got? Like, I did that. And then after I got on my two hormones, I got my hormones and stuff like that, I literally stopped. I didn't feel after taking hormones, I didn't even feel the need to, put that padding in, I don't know what changed. I think it was a mental thing, mentally, and, I don't know what, how the hormones feminize you. I think they also feminize you mentally and stuff like that. So I didn't feel the need of having those fake boobs, that fake padding with me. I didn't feel, because each and every day, I would even sleep in that padding. Before I got my hormones, I would sleep in it. If maybe I visited a friend, even close friends, I would just sleep with that padding. I would just take off the tissue or the socks, whatever I used to use, and then I would keep the bra on. The bra padding in it. When I wake up, I just go to the bathroom, do whatever, and then I put them on. It was really bad, guys. Like, it was really bad. But then it was one of the steps to keep me sane, to keep me, to tell myself like, you are very girl, you are that girl. So and what else? And one thing that I never did, because there were videos where I used to see like trans women, like, put some padding on their hips just to get that feminine look. That wasn't for me. Like, I was like, nah, because like I already had a feminine body. If you knew me, I had booty. Like, I had booty for days. Okay, for a slender girl, that little thing was thick. It got thick. Okay. I remember working in my class, and because I used to exercise, I was like, okay, we have to do something about it. Like, I was that ambitious, courageous person. I was like, okay, I'm not on hormones yet, but we're gonna do something about it to feminize it. So that's when I started doing squats. I started doing all these exercises just to shape my body, so that when I get on hormones, I already have the structure and the shape. The hormones will just enhance that. It was pretty clever, yeah. It was very pretty clever for a young person, like a little child like me back then. And I remember in assembly, I even in schools we have assemblies and they divide us into two, the boys and girl lines and stuff like that. I remember getting in the line, and they're like, the girls were like, oh God, what are you using? Why is your bum like this? You got good booty. I'm like, I'm not taking anything. They were like, are you taking something? Are you taking what? Because some other people, they take, what is this, prevention pills, and they feminize and stuff like that. But I'm not one of I'm not one of those people. Okay, so I used to ask, like, are you taking prevention pills? Because when it comes to prevention pills, they just enhance you. They just boost your estrogen hormones and progesterone and whatever, that they just boost it up. That's why when women start taking that, they gain weight. Like, their periods are flowing heavily because it just boosts that hormone. You know, that's why they get heavy flows and stuff like that. And sometimes, they lots and stuff. I'm not, like, I used to have friends who used to talk about these things. Like, don't look at me like, girl, a little too much. I know a lot. Because, when you're a girly girl, you chill down with girly girls, you share the information, you get educated, and you educate back. So, another thing that I did to feminize was just, wear softer makeup. I still do now. Like, I don't wear that harsh makeup. I stick to neutrals. Okay, neutrals are my thing. Okay, and today's look, I just did the cat eyes and the lip liner only. I didn't put any foundation on my skin. The only thing that I put on my eyes was the concealer. I put a concealer on my eyes, but then here, this is just my best skin. So, and the other thing that I did, and I also remember, like, let me tell you, I remember before I started hormones, I always felt the need to just feel feminine. I couldn't go outside the street without any lip liner or any those boobs or something that would just make me feel like I'm feminine. I know like a lot of trans women experience this, or even women sometimes, okay. Like I just had something, each and every time I just had something to prove, like, because if I didn't feminize, I would feel like, I'm talkable. They would just know that, this is a tranny, you know, those silly names that they call us in townships and stuff like that. I used to, even when like I'm in the house, in my own safe space, I used to feel like, I need to just feminize, put the cat eyes on, put those boobs on, something like that. Even with my hair, like, I couldn't just chill without doing braids or no. I call them, those braids, those dookie braids, I call them good night braids because those braids you do them with your own natural hair, you do them when you have to sleep. So I used to have to, unravel my good nights, have that afro pony, something that made me feminine. I didn't feel feminine. Like, I had something to prove every day for the people just to say, oh, she's feminine. I used to be super, 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 super feminine. And, as growing older, I just listened up, I feel good, even when I didn't have any makeup on. Even if I forget my earrings, I still feel good. If I don't have braids on, I still feel feminine. I am content with myself and I'm still working on that. But when it comes to that, I worked on that and I feel content with myself with or without makeup. It doesn't define who I am, it doesn't validate me, and I don't have I don't have to prove any point to anybody that I'm feminine or anything like that, okay? Yeah, I think that's the thing that I did to feminize in my early transition. If you like this video, do not forget to comment, like, and share, subscribe. I'll see you on another video.